Hello and welcome to the channel. Here's a new video just on something I think is very important to the game. I'm not sure if all the new players out there really understand the importance of sound in Escape from Tarkov. I can assure you that it is incredibly important to pay attention to sound in the game. I know that might not be what you're used to in some other games, but Tarkov sound is a tactical tool, something that will help you. So let's get into it a bit more. There are some settings here in the game for sound, but a lot of them are just environmental music, volume of in your hideout, volume when you're clicking keys. Don't really make a difference. Who cares about music at the end? Binaural audio, they did attempt to improve the audio because right now it's broken, badly broken in this game, unfortunately. They brought in a new third party piece of software and it was garbage, so they took it out. So, really, choosing this right now doesn't seem to make much difference. And of course, I always enable VoIP, especially for scav runs. You can actually talk to the other people and work together if needed. So that is settings. So then, what am I really talking about? Well, let's do really quick offline here. Interchange 12 noon. I'm going to go offline. This is how you select offline. I'm not going to put any players in. And we'll go in and show the difference. If, again, pretty obvious to most people, or most people sort of get the hang of it, but I've seen enough people doing streams where they're playing music or they're sort of talking in the background, and I'm like, well, how do you hear the game when you're doing that? You can add music to your streams as a separate source that you don't actually hear, so they have some enjoyment. But even when I'm watching other streamers, I like to hear everything. So I spend time listening, and I don't like music in their streams, so I'm sorry if I don't have any music in the streams. So here you see that your character, when it's moving, is making noise, um, and that people can hear that. You'll notice different materials put off different noise. If I run in something soft like grass, it's maybe not that noticeable. It's less than when I run on hard pack. If you go across steel, it makes noise. If you jump, it makes noise. When you run out of stamina, you make noise. Even you can hear just turning. You see that little bit of noise. That's enough for somebody to know that you're hiding someplace. Of course, placing a mag, filling a mag, even ADSing. Notice that that makes noise. So what's the point of this? The point of this is always wear a headset. I'm taking the headset off. Notice the sound's dampened a bit. If I sit down and I turn, you can't hear it as loud. Not as loud. I'll place a mag, a little bit lighter. Running, a little bit lighter. So, always, I'll just try another type. Always, now see how much it's come back. Always wear a headset in the game if you can afford to at all. It will make a huge difference in the game. Watch what materials you're running on. Try not to go, if you're on dorms, watch out for broken glass. Stay off metal. Stay on the grass. Hardpack makes much more noise. And if you can hear somebody else, they can hear you. So, yeah, that's it. That's the main thing about it. There is a skill that you can work on that does reduce your noise a little bit. But it is such a tactical element. I don't know how many times I have, been in a bush, checking my ammo, resting, recovering my stamina, and suddenly hear footsteps. And I have a little video here that I'll share with you in a minute. but it makes a huge difference. And you can bet if you watch the good streamers, they use sound, use it big time. So, um, what else? Is there any other thing that I can do to help you other than, again, emphasize how much sound makes a difference? No. Um, it's just that simple. Is keep your environment low of background noise so you can hear better, wear headsets so you can hear better, and watch your movement. If you don't have to run, don't run. Running is getting cover to cover. You walk. You can go down and crouch and you can hear. You make less sound. If I use the middle mouse button, if you use the capital key, you notice in the bottom left that the arrow has now moved all the way to left. Now I'm silent walking. I can adjust that with the middle mouse button. And you notice as it's going up, I'm making more noise. Even if I'm standing, more noise. Yeah, I gotta remount my one key. More noise, less. And now I can go up. So that's it. Watch where you're running. Watch where you're running. Materials, again, if you don't need to run, don't. I'm making all kinds of noise. Anybody in the area is going to be able to hone in on where I am, and if they're doing the same thing, then I can hone in on them. The scavs themselves, they are always giving away their position because they talk constantly, but players don't do that. So the breaking of this is that potentially if there's somebody on the floor above, sometimes I can hear him, sometimes I can't. And depending on if he got to come downstairs a certain way, I wouldn't hear him coming down the stairs. It's just broken. Okay, so there. It's a very small video, not a lot of content in it. It's simply here to tell you if you want to get better, start paying attention to your sound. Thank you.